there they are, guys. There's our new toys. I really wanted a mini bike frame to build, which is so sick. Check that out. I don't even like want to paint it. I think I might just strip off some of the paint, get the pink in there. Buddy and his old man were cool enough to give these to me to tinker with. There's a freaking Honda Z50. Haven't seen one of those in a while. Tomorrow we'll come out and rip them apart and see what we got. Here's my new hog, boys.
Got room for one more?
Where did you find that?
Some kid back in town. I can get 70 miles to the gallon on this hog.
You know, Lloyd, just when I think you couldn't possibly be any dumber, you go and do something like this. And totally redeem yourself! Okay, let's go, buddy!
Oh boy, this is gonna be fun. Guys would literally look at these and just be like, hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Because just look at them, dude. Hell yeah. Oh man. I was just looking for a little vintage mini bike because I want to rip around the yard with it. And this is a good buddy's a little mini trail 50. And we might fix it up a little, rip around the yard. I don't really know the plans with it yet. That's gonna be a riot. Not gonna be fast. I just want to build something to do wheelies on, but I'm kind of digging the like chip away pink paint. I might keep it. We got some wheels in here, some spare fenders. So here's the rear wheel. That actually might match the picture chain I have. Alright, so here's one of our new builds for the channel. That is not the motor I'm putting on there, it's just one I had on the go-kart. I'm gonna go get the one out of the shed that I'm gonna try to put on there. Yeah, I don't really know what the plan is, other than I want to build a little mini bike to do wheelies on, like I used to ride back in the day. Yeah, it's pretty rough, but it's all there. It's not tweaked up out of shape, forks aren't too bent. So I'm gonna do what I can to give her a little life, and I'm gonna go drag a motor out of the shed that Ringo brought over. I'm gonna see if we can maybe try to use this. I got a little torque converter. So I'm gonna go drag some parts in here, see if we can get done. I'm gonna try to pull this pump off of here and see if our clutch will fit. Let's get this thing apart. Okay, so we got that off. I don't know, this shaft already looks really short.
That's what she said.
Clutch out, and we already know it's true. Maybe I can do not know, my friends.
To the roar.
3 days later.
Alright, we're working on a slot rocket here today. I'm gonna go ahead and spin this around so we can see what we're working on here. Alright, let's see what we got in this box. Probably broke it. We got our clutch here. The old torque converter. Which while we're here, I'm gonna pull this off to save weight. Just not fighting it. These always come apart so nice and easy when they're new. Alright, so the motor isn't bolted down yet. It's just kind of sitting here because I want to get an idea of some things. Doesn't fit. Bolts where they should be. Alright, I gotta do some thinking. I'll be right back.
I'll be back.
Having trouble getting one of the bolts in. Just gonna run a tab through it.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Bolt goes in now. Nice. Won't even go on. Alright, be back. Gotta get my saw. I was really hoping to not have to cut this poor thing up, but I'm gonna have to. Let's do it. Let's cut some shit! Sorry, Mr. Andrew Reynolds. I just cut up your mini bike. And now that we have packed off the Allen brakes this thing has,
I don't need it. I definitely don't need it. I don't need.
oh no, pretty sure this is gonna be. I'm gonna look for some spacers, be right back. Line this up and see where we're at. Make sure everything's gonna fit and line up. Once I throw this together, get it dotted, make sure it all works the way I like, it's all gonna come apart and we're gonna make it real nice and pretty. But our goal right now is just make sure the CVT fits and make everything line up properly. And then once we're kind of happy with the way everything lines up, then we'll be happy. So, boy, I did not want this to be that heavy at all. For the record, this is more than likely going to be temporary. I really want to do like a 2 or 3 horsepower on this. It's definitely going to be temporary. It's just way too much motor for this. My goal is literally just to do wheelies, so I don't need to go fast. I got the big bike if I want to go fast, you know what I mean? Let's piece this together, see if we can link up some chain, and then I'm bringing it a little closer here because I don't really know what I'm doing, so we're going to work through this together. What's it? If you can't get these open, I got this sideways. Squeeze and slide sideways. Okay, we got our sprocket, we got a key. Okay, key washer. This is your driven pulley or your secondary clutch. I'm sure there's other names for it too. Those are just things that I've gone by, so. Just things that I've seen them called or called them over the years, so if you happen to hear or see them, then you kind of know what people are talking about. Wisher and the nut, which it says to Loctite this. So when we go to do our final assembly, we will Loctite that. And that size is 15/16. If you happen to be using one of these Scamazon Tab 2 torque converters, which is like a 30 series Comet ripoff or something, I don't know. I'm usually the type of guy that's like, hey, support local and support your actual businesses, but like, a guy is broke as hell and he wants to live a little, so sometimes you gotta kind of break your morals. Unless it's like eating ass and smoking crack, then those are morals that you don't break. Alright, cool. I got this chain a long time ago, Tractor Supply though. You can buy it in 10-foot lengths. They're not cheap, but I mean, a 10-foot length of this, you've run mini bikes, you know that chains pop off, chains break, you lose chains. I've had this for years because I've built a bunch of little small engine things over the years. Nothing recently, it's been a decade or so. And I got a good feeling about this. Yeah, I feel pretty good about that. Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
When we tighten our motor down the final time, we'll get this all perfectly aligned. Alright, so we got a new front wheel for this hog. Show the Harbor Freight, $8.99. But the goal is to go ride. I want to ride. Hell yeah. This is a way nicer wheel though, so I think eventually we're going to fix it back up. Alright, so here is where we are at the mini bike. Got the motor mounted. It's kind of half-assed for now. I'm waiting for a motor mount plate that lifts it up a little. You can see it's tilted. I got some other goodies coming for this for when we revamp it. We got our chain cut, chain aligned. So that's a big step. And as you can see, I just got a zip tie on there. I'm waiting for my master links to come in from MMB warehouse. I got to figure out something for my feet, but I really won't know what to do with that until I get the cover on there. So I gotta get this kind of dialed in. We're gonna trim the throttle cable now. Maybe we'll try to put our clutch and belt on there. And a few other things just tinker around with. I know at some point today our brakes will be here, but until our hub comes from OMB, we can't really do that. But cool, let's trim this throttle cable down and then start putting that clutch and stuff together. so we got everything on there. I'm pretty happy with it. Well, it does stick a little, but it's kind of like one of those things where you gotta not let go of the phone. Alright, so we got our seat kind of done. It's not mounted yet, but we're going to start putting our driver pulley on. Putting a little grease on here, because whenever I took the centrifugal clutch off, yeah, to use a puller, which is not fun. Looks like there's washer, spacer. Where is our clutch? Oh, it's under my belly. Alright, so we got our inside of our driver pulley on spacer. Hell yeah. So we got it basically all together. Waiting for the master link and then my brakes get here before we can test ride it. I'm pretty stoked. So I just took a wire wheel, kind of hit the frame in a few spots to kind of like bring the pink out, give it a little patina effect. I don't know, I might paint it, kind of want to, but I don't know, for now, it's what we got. I love it. The slot rocket. Looks like shit. Got some parts. We got a little disc brake hub to put on here, so it'd be a little easier for doing wheelies. And it seems like this is holding air, so that's awesome. Oh, this is the wheel that was on there. So, let's see what we got here. So here's our little hub. And I ordered the wrong one. Thankfully, it was the right one. So that just bolts on there. Okay, so it's a few days later. Guy forgot to hit the record button because I'm dumb.
You're so dumb, for real.
So I had to space this out a bit, and I wanted to get this is like kind of even with all that as possible, so it's easier to mount. Yeah, I'm gonna tie this all in somehow. Yeah, it's kind of ghetto. I'm eventually gonna make a hub on the lathe, but I just cut down a couple 1 3/4 spacers to stick in there. I'm happy with it. It's pretty straight. I have to check those regularly to make sure my bolts don't go loose, because that would suck losing my brakes doing a wheelie. Got a hydraulic master cylinder on there, and then I found this cool little kill switch that is part of the mount. So I'm pretty stoked on all that. I gotta figure out how I'm gonna route the line and mount the caliper. Do some thinking and then we'll get to work. Okay, so we got our little caliper on there. I'm gonna show you how I whip up some CAD parts on the low. And tomorrow we'll clean that up and start making a piece of metal stick in there. Cool. Take a little break from working. Apparently there's an eclipse or something today. And we're gonna see if we can see. Boy. Oh yeah. Throw a plasma blaster out. I'm gonna drag these leads out and I'm gonna cut a piece of metal for this disc brake caliper and then melt it on the frame so we got some brakes. I want to rip this bad Johnny. working with. Let's fire the rotor. Safety squints.
Let's have a little conversation alone, leaving all the stuff behind, but I don't think we should try. Yes, I'm tortured. Drop dead for me, won't be just drop dead. Drop dead for me, I think I'd like that instead. I've been wandering down the same road back into town, talking on the phone with you. Who knows what we should do? 'Cause when we try to do things right, it always ends up with a fight.
Yeah, it looks like garbage, but it's kind of the point. So when you look at it, it's not super noticeable. I'm gonna let the dogs out, let this dry for a few minutes so I can put the brakes back on.
Drop dead for me, have a little conversation alone. Drop dead for me, leaving all that stuff behind. Drop dead for me, but I don't think we should try. Drop dead for me, I'm tortured. Drop dead for me, I'm tortured. I'm tortured.
3 hours later.
Cool. So yeah, this thing was locked up an hour ago. Still don't know why, but got it all back together. I'm sure you all know how tough these little Predator engines are. They can take some serious abuse. But this one here is about 10 years old. I bought it for a drift trike I built, and basically its entire existence, it's had no governor. I bought it, pulled the governor, and it's just lived on limiter since the day I got it, aka valve flow. So chances are something in the motor is broke that caused it to lock up, because the compression release, I can't see it being that. I pulled the spark plug and it still was locked up. Spun it backwards by the crank bolt on the other side of the pulley, and something clinked and clanked in there. It ain't now, so if I had to guess, it's probably hurt inside. I probably broke off the little oil scraper at the bottom of the piston rod. And so we're gonna run it, see what we got, and hopefully we don't die. Adjust the throttle. It's like it's stuck or something. Let's try this again. Got my boy Philip here in case you gotta adjust the idle. The goal is to be able to hit the throttle, let go, and it goes completely back to idle. Hell yeah. Fellas, this is the #1 reason why you should stay single. So you can do things like this and no one can tell you no or yell at you. David stopped by to test ride the Snot Rocket.
When I get in, I take a shower, read a book and feel empowered. Smoking on that sour got me counting down the hours, thinking of all the shit that they could do but won't allow us. Then I realized they all some cowards. The world is ours. Me and my brother twin like the towers, and we want it now, never later. No more favors done with all these traitors who be haters on the low. They just hate to see you grow, so I'd rather be alone in my zone, writing poems, cause I'm never on the road. And I'd rather stay at home, and life been moving fast lately, trying to get a grasp and every.
Want to see a trick? Well, got the Snot Rocket close enough to take a test ride. There's still quite a few things I gotta iron out, but I just want to take for a rip, see how she does. I'll safety belt.
Bunch of people feelings, reaching for the top, and now I ain't got no ceilings. Pour me up a cup or two so it can stop the bleeding. Roll me up a spliff or two, and now I'm hella weeded, cause I'm feeling like I want it, but I don't know if I need it. Took a few L's.
It's funny because he's fat.
Okay, let's try this again.
But that undefeated, same shit, different day. Why this so repeated? If we don't talk no more, it's probably cause I felt mistreated. Bad enough I don't hear excuses, trust me you can keep it. Saw it coming from a mile away once I peeped it. Caught up in that drama, mama, I don't get between it. They be trying to turn it on you, then they really tweaking.
Excuse me! Excuse me! Hey, asshole!
I crashed. I forgot how wide it was, and I hit my Jeep. And when I hit the Jeep, it sent me into a motor sitting on a pallet. My shoulder popped out. Thankfully, I'm good at putting it back in. But, 2 crashes in less than 100 feet. I think we're gonna call it a day. May have even broken a fangle. Some helpers. Oh my goodness. They're jealous. They're like, Dad, why don't we get to go for a ride? You can go for a ride, girl? Huh? We can go for a ride? Is that your seat?
So we just stay grinding, trying to hold our chips, and thank God for a chance to breathe. So let us breathe in.
Alright boys, that's it. Light squeeze. That's where I crashed the other day. shot. That was a blast.